Hey guys, it's attorney Andre McKinney Dorval here. Hope you all are doing well. Guys, in this video, I wanted to briefly discuss with you a policy memorandum that USCIS has issued concerning reinstating or resuming personal investigations for individuals who have applied for naturalization or citizenship. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show you the policy memo. I will drop it in the description box. But guys, what I want you to know is that what you should be concerned about concerning the reinstatement or resumption of personal investigations by USCIS is the potential impact these investigations or the failure to provide evidence in connection with your citizenship application could have on your ability to establish your eligibility for naturalization, specifically good moral character. So, with this, what was happening in the last several decades is that the immigration or USCIS, they waived this personal investigation requirement. And let me just say to you, this is just an opportunity potentially nosy neighbor, for a nosy neighbor who may be approached by immigration to impact someone being able to establish good moral character. So, with this policy that they are reinstating personal investigations, they are ending the blanket waiver of not using investigations. And now USCIS is going to make decisions on conducting or waiving these investigations on a case by case discretionary basis. That means that if you are a citizenship applicant, don't assume that you are not going to have a nosy neighbor investigation or have USCIS speak to a nosy neighbor. So that's one. Number two is that these neighborhood investigations, they will cover the area in which you as the applicant, where your place of residence and or employment are or have been in your 5-year period prior to when you filed for your citizenship application. You got to know that. And again, as I said, why are they doing this? Well, the main reason that they are doing this is to verify an applicant's eligibility, including the scrutiny of their residency. So you say you live here. Okay, we're going to verify, do you live here? And most importantly, as well, good moral character. I can't understress that. Good moral character. And also, as per the requirements, your attachment to the U.S. Constitution and your disposition to good order and happiness of the U.S. That's all stated in the policy manual. Now, when submitting your application for your N400, you need to be proactive and take the approach of providing as much information as necessary to show that you're eligible for your citizenship application, but also enough information that your application is not one that is selected for a personal neighborhood investigation where they speak to a nosy neighbor. And so this can include, as a part of your application, letters from neighbors, employers, coworkers, business associates, if you volunteer, if you're in school, if you made the dean's list, on the PTA, if you coach a soccer team or any sports team. Provide as much information to substantiate your eligibility. And more specifically, I'll stop sharing here, to be able to show that you are a person of good moral character. Now, it bears saying, when preparing your application, you might want to think, I used to live, 123 ABC Street. And my neighbor at the time, we had a little disagreement. You want to kind of foresee, if a personal neighborhood investigation is done on your application, what would nosy neighbor or former nosy neighbor, what would he or she say? Bear that in mind. That's an area that you need to risk assess. And of course, it goes without saying, if your review of your background, where you lived, or any prior neighbors or current neighbors where you believe, hey, you know what, if they speak to nosy neighbor, current nosy neighbor, he or she, they're not going to really speak highly of me, then guys, now may not be the best time for you to submit your citizenship application. Definitely work with a licensed immigration attorney to explore any possible areas of risk posed to you, because nosy neighbor could talk about people who they see visiting your home. They could talk about whether or not they know you've been arrested or not. And the other thing also too is speaking to nosy neighbor, that's hearsay, right? And so you don't know what nosy neighbor could say. So you definitely want to be aware of this. Things are changing rapidly, and for the citizenship application, the N400, you must demonstrate and show that you have good moral character. Guys, I wanted to share this video so that you are aware and that you are prepared. Thank you so much for watching. I will definitely see you in the next one. Bye-bye.